Joining us on the phone, I've got Christina Brucker. She was a live-in nanny for Dean's children during the time he dated Alix. And Christina, you got a sense of who this woman was, and I understand you didn't really like her.
Yeah, over time, she just kind of ended up rubbing me the wrong way.
What happened? Why?
When I started, she was a really nice girl, but, everyone kind of starts out nice. And just over time, she had slipped back into drug abuse, and it just kind of made her a nasty person.
Oh, I see. So while she was dating him, she relapsed. Did she pull him back into using as well?
Oh, well, he never actually used drugs.
He never used drugs, but he died of a drug overdose.
This is true, but, this is also, here's another man in California who's died of a drug overdose, and he didn't seem like a drug user.
Sam, you had a question?
Yeah, Christina, did she ever discuss with you, or did you ever overhear her thoughts about men? Did she ever seem to resent men or talk about maybe like relationships with other men in her past?
No, and, she didn't really have a whole lot of relationships in her past, and she didn't really have any hatred of men at all.
And Christina, I understand you didn't like the way she treated his daughter.
No, not at all.
Tell me about that.
She was pretty abrasive, aggressive, but, this is also a recovering heroin addict, so someone that's out of rehab, so it was kind of standard for her to get angry and frustrated, but, that's not an excuse to yell at an 11-year-old. There was a lot of screaming and, a lot of...
Any specific threats?
She had, on occasion, there was one specific occasion where, she sat down with me and it said that she, if she ever came between Dean and herself, that, she would kill her, and that was pretty, that was pretty...
What do you think about that one?
Well,
it was terrible.
I'm curious as to whether or not, because I've read some of his friends saying that they consider her to be a prostitute, but that she considered herself to be a little bit more to him. I'm wondering if you had that observation. Was it known that she was pretty much a prostitute in his eyes, and she considered herself to be more of a girlfriend?
No, and to both, the relationship was legitimate. I mean, you're talking about a girl that's, if she's a prostitute, well, then she was the most long-term underpaid prostitute I've ever seen in my life because, she lived in the house. She had been in a relationship with him a long time. She didn't go out and see other men. She didn't go out and see anyone else. He didn't see anyone else either. And, there was the promise ring, but, he had told me that he had planned to, ask Pop the question. And, with the line of conversations with her, she was pretty, consensual as in wanting to marry him as well.